Pass them out to your friends. Thank you.
Hello, I am Brittany Jones, and my partner is Eric, who you will see shortly. Our topic is using engineering economics and the cost analysis of online media markets. We will start with the introduction, history, advantages and disadvantages, introduce the companies EA and Valve, give you financial data and analysis, discuss concepts from the semester, and close with the conclusion.
Hi, I'm Eric Santaw. Now, video games are a pastime for many, but what we've used to play video games has changed over the years. Digital distribution of video games has made it easier for customers to get the games that they want. Video games on physical media have been here since at least 1980, so the next change for the way games are distributed is here. Now, what is digital distribution of video games? It allows creators and publishers to offer games online or digitally, such as for mobile devices, instead of physical discs. This is done with centralized services, which we'll talk about in this presentation, for these specific devices. Instead of purchasing physical media, customers will rely on these centralized services to purchase and then download the content for their specific device. And now for some background. Media types for video games have changed like any other technology-driven industry. Floppies, which came in 8-inch, 5¼ inch, and 3½ inch versions, were first produced between 1971 to 1982, CDs in the early 90s, then DVD, DVD dual layer, Blu-ray, online, and now streaming. The next evolution, which is happening now, represents a large shift in the video game industry. The shift is going from physical media to digital sales, which replaces existing distribution infrastructure. Now, online options have been available for over a decade now. Valve's Steam client was released in 2003, but the industry adoption has been slow. This is generally due to the fact that there's a debate over the pros and cons that's still occurring today.
There are benefits and drawbacks to using digital distribution. Digital distribution is growing because users can avoid going to the store and waiting for the latest releases. And once you have downloaded the game, it is always ready to go. This avoids locating a game disc or possibly scratching a game disc. Unfortunately, when downloading games, some users are experiencing a delay due to slow internet connections. And as digital distribution sales increases, brick and mortar businesses are decreasing in sales, forcing those retailers to release employees. Electronic Arts, also known as EA, is a top developer and distributor of video games. Founded and incorporated by Trip Hawkins on May 28, 1982, EA is considered to be the pioneering company of early home computer games and now is the third largest gaming company in the world. Their game franchises such as Madden NFL, FIFA Soccer, NCAA Football, NHL, and NBA Jam are offered as both packaged goods and online services. In June 2011, EA launched Origin, which is an online service to sell downloadable games directly to customers. Origin allows gamers the opportunity to browse over 500 games that can be free to play and downloaded. EA is projected to generate great revenue. Net revenue consists of sales generated from video games sold as packaged goods or as digital downloads and designed for play on video game consoles such as PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Wii, PCs, as well as for mobile devices and tablets. Looking at fiscal year 2012, deferred net revenue associated with sales of online-enabled packaged goods and digital content increased $43 million as compared to fiscal year 2011 and increased $239 million as compared to fiscal year 2010. The graph represents the growth in digital revenue for EA from 2009 to 2013. The E indicates estimation. As digital distribution of games increases for EA, this will further decrease overall costs, resulting in a better margin for EA.
Valve Corporation is known for franchises such as Left 4 Dead, Half-Life 1 and 2, Portal 1 and 2, among other such games. It was founded in 1996 by Gabe Newell and Mike Harrington, who were ex-Microsoft employees. They're known for a unique corporate structure, which is quite similar to that of IDEO product design firm, a loose release schedule. They generally release games once they deem them ready, and has been affectionately called Valve Time, and full support of user modifications, or mods, for games that they publish, and they've actually hired a few mod developers over the years. Valve is one developer that generally puts game quality over their bottom line. Valve released Steam, their online content distribution system, in 2003. It was initially developed for patching games, but today has many additional uses, such as game distribution and registration, multiplayer services, anti-cheat protection, social community, and more recently they've added non-gaming applications. As of November 2012, they had 50 million users, offer close to 2,000 games, and this is from about 50 publishers, and that's growing. It's offered on multiple platforms such as Microsoft Windows, Linux, Mac OS, PS3, mobile devices, and with their upcoming Steam box in living rooms and for TVs. For Valve's financials, they're a private company, so they don't file financial records with the SEC, which makes exact analysis a bit difficult. However, estimates are possible. Industry analysts have estimated that Valve is worth between $2 and $4 billion. Their Steam service estimated to make them $1 billion in total revenues in 2010. Valve's net revenue, where publishers get 30 to 40% of a sale from Steam, was $300 to $400 million. And according to Gabe Newell, per employee, Valve is actually more profitable than either Google or Apple. With our analysis, we were trying to determine whether digital distribution systems for video games would be financially attractive for businesses. Now, for the video game industry, Americans spend $17 billion on video games, which is more than they spent on movies and 3 times more than they spent on music. Looking at Steam, one plus for publishers is that they can earn a gross margin of 70% versus about 30% for retail brick-and-mortar stores. Forbes had an article recently that estimated Steam controls 50 to 70% of the $4 billion downloaded PC game market. Steam is the largest example of a successful online distribution system, at least with PC games. However, this may change with Valve's future developments. Switching to Origin, by the end of fiscal year 2012, it had earned EA $150 million in 10 months, or roughly $15 million a month. EA's financials show that digital sales were roughly 30% of net revenues for fiscal year 2012. Although Origin is a relative newcomer in online video game market, their presence is growing rapidly. Although Steam and Origin are 2 examples, due to the success of these and other existing services, additional online distribution services are introduced frequently. What this shows is that there is enormous financial growth potential in an expanding market.
While conducting our cost analysis of EA and Valve, it was the concepts of forecasting, estimation, and accounting analysis that helped us to gather the best financial data possible and interpret it for comparison. In conclusion, competition in the digital download market is a good thing, which encourages developers to create superior products in order to gain an advantage over competitors. The financial analysis conducted found that in the case of both Origin and Steam, they represented profitable services that other companies could emulate. As the supply and demand of online distribution services increases, it will increase the options for both companies and consumers alike. Please email myself or Eric with any questions or comments about the analysis that you saw before you today. Thank you.